in terms of what Allah says about the Christian faith, do you think it's accurate?
Well, I'm not too sure. I'm not well versed in the Quran myself, but I can say some verses, like God says, at the end of the day, God says, I will judge the hearts, whether he's a Christian, Muslim, or a Jew, or a Hindu, or a whatever, he will judge the hearts. That's what it says in the Quran. So to me that sounds very
what it also says in the Quran,
unsettling.
what it also says in the Quran is if this were from any other than Allah, and when he says this, he's not talking to you, he's talking to me.
What was?
And let me finish.
Okay, go on.
You know what he also says in the Quran?
Yeah.
And he says this to Christians and Jews. He doesn't say it to Muslims. He says if this were from any other than Allah, you would find many errors therein.
Oh yeah, discrepancy.
Right, yeah. So I've read a translation of the Quran. In fact, I've read multiple translations of the Quran. And the Quran accuses Christians of believing in three gods. Did anyone here hear me preach my faith in three gods?
Three figures.
It doesn't say three
No,
figures.
but that's what it means.
No, it doesn't.
Because God doesn't need to explain it. He doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
God doesn't speak.
What it says is saying, it says to Christians. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Let's be. No, it doesn't. What it actually says. What it no. Brother, I'm going to educate you because you've already admitted you're not very knowledgeable in the Quran.
No, sometimes.
No, I am going to educate you because Allah is speaking to the Alim al-Kitab. He's talking to Jews and Christians. Jews and Christians, if you could show up for a second, I'll educate you. Allah was speaking to Jews and Christians. Jews and Christians in the 7th century believed in one God in three persons. Allah says, say not three, for Allah is one God. In other words, he is contrasting the divinity of the one of monotheism to the supposed polytheism of Christians. And early Muslim polemicists who were far closer to Muhammad in time and space argued against Christians as if we believed in three gods. Why? Because they understood the Quran to be saying that. The Quran was wrong. It is in error. It wasn't from God. It's not from a prophet.
When God talks about three gods, when Islam talks about three gods, Islam already knows that God is greater than the other two. But God is saying don't associate with God. God's alone.
Did you just try to imply I believe in three gods?
No, I'm saying Islam's telling you don't associate the other two with him. Don't. Everyone knows, even Muslim
Which
and
are the
Christian,
two?
Jesus and the Holy Spirit.
No, that's not what the Quran says.
That's what
That is not what the Quran says, nor does it translate that
You need to
to.
use your logic.
No, I'll use the Quran because the Quran says. No, the Quran says, it tells a narration at the end of time. Allah speaks to Jesus and he says, did I say to you, Jesus, to tell the people to take yourself and your mother as gods beside Allah? That is the Trinity, that is the three that the Quran thinks that Christians believe in. The Quran got it wrong. The Quran never associates the Holy Spirit as part of the three of the Trinity that it is condemning. It gets the Trinity wrong. It thinks that the Trinity is Allah, Mary his consort, and Jesus their son. That is the three that it's saying don't associate with Allah. And it is wrong because Christians don't make that association. Our scriptures don't make that association. Our councils don't make that association. Our faith doesn't teach that association. Allah is wrong, the Quran is in error, and according to Allah, if it was from any other than Allah, it would be in error. Because it's in error according to the Quran, it's not from Allah. learn your Quran. Right, so the Quran gets it wrong. Is it from God, according to the Quran? The Quran says that the three that are associated with Allah are Allah, Mary, and Jesus. That's what the Quran says. That is a passage in the Quran. The Quran condemns that association. It condemns that association.
Can you bring out the
Loads of people can get that.
Okay, bring out the
It's a
passage.
well-known
Where's the reference?
You pull it up.
No, you pull it up. It's your argument.
My question to
Are you afraid?
Do it.
Are you making up stuff? Bring it out.
My question to you. That is what the Quran clearly says. Yeah? That
Honestly, like, he's
Allah
not bringing
said,
it up.
Did I tell you
Where's the evidence?
to tell the people to associate me and your mother as gods beside
That could
Allah?
be a warning. It could be a warning. Because God is telling you.
To who? To who is that warning aimed?
To mankind. God is God, man is mankind.
Except that who is he talking to when he condemns these three? He's talking to the Alim
God
al-Kitab.
doesn't spoon feed.
You know what?
He doesn't
You know what's
condemn them.
interesting?
He doesn't
Is you don't want to deal with what your Quran says. You want to change what your
Take
Quran
out
says.
the.
I would ask you, are you stood there right now saying that the Quran doesn't have this narrative in it?
I believe that you have a misinterpretation of what the Quran says.
I have a misinterpretation of what the Quran says. So the Quran doesn't say to Jews and Christians, say not three, for Allah is one God. It doesn't say that.
I'm saying that the idea that you derive from that, from however you interpreted the book, is a misconception. For a second.
So is there any Muslim here that is honestly denying that the Quran addresses Christians and says, say not three, for Allah is one God? Am I lying, or is that in the Quran?
And does it? Does, in the,
No, am I lying?
and does,
Am I right? It does say that. I know you're a Muslim, sir. So I'm not lying about your book, am I? Thank you very much. So now
but
we've,
what you're saying-
now
what
we've
you're saying-
established I'm not lying, deal with my argument.
but what you're saying, in the Quran it says that the Christians associated Allah, Jesus, and the Virgin Mary as with God.
When we look,
Does it say that?
that's what the Quran says, yes.
Does it not? Does it not say? But what you just said to him, what you just asked is totally
So
different.
let me address that point.
You said
Let me
different-
address that point.
Okay, address that.
So we've established that the Quran does say not three, for Allah is one God. In other words, it is contrasting the belief in one God with a belief in three gods. That is an error. Christians don't believe that. That is why the Quran is in error. But then, how do we understand this three? Who is it referring to? Well, we have to look at what else the Quran says in other passages. And in other passages, still addressing the Alim al-Kitab, it gives a narration where Right, it still addresses the Alim al-Kitab, and it says to Jesus, Allah says to Jesus, did I tell you to take, that you should teach the people to take yourself and your mother as gods beside Allah? And then Jesus says, Astaghfirullah, no, I didn't. Be it unto you, you alone are God, or words to those effect. That is in the Quran. So that is what the Quran understands to be the
That whole
three.
thing, brother, is a Muslim.
So it's in error because Christians don't believe that.
It's not the only understanding as well. He also says in a
No
verse,
offense, brother, but he seems to know your Quran better than you do.
Okay, can I?
So maybe
but
he
you
should
don't
be
let me
defending
speak.
your Quran.
No, I know.